Good day, dear listener. Good day, dear listener. Welcome and welcome for the new hot, candid talk. As you know, human being has got not to think in one direction. I'm against it. You must think like an alternating current. You think as you go forward and backward, so that your thoughts may be clear and clean and giving a clear path on how you may or you can survive and make it happen in your habitat, in your life, in your surrounding, in the universe, in the institution where you belong, in your family, in your organ system. For example, if you have an issue with your eye, when your eye starts itching, you have to start on what had you touched. When you had not touched your eye, you look at your hands. Then after you nullify that, you go to what did you see or what were you watching. Did you spend longer time on a computer? Did you spend long time watching TV? Or did you saw surprise somewhere which has confused your eyes? After nullifying that, then you go to the next level. You start looking for any possibility of any disease coming around, maybe through viral or bacterial infection to the eye. So after nullifying that, you can go to hereditary system, genetic system, whether this one is it an inheritance from your family? I'm just giving an example of how a human being should think. You think left, right, front, back, up, down, up, down. That's how our brain are wired. That's why I'm saying no human being is restricted to sing one kind of a song or certain type of a song, maybe reggae or bongo or genge. Human being is capable of doing all the things. And even the division of labor limits human beings on their capabilities, because I've realized in my life that nothing is possible, because after you sit down, you're already doing nothing. If we say nothing is impossible, then nothing can't be done. I hear correctingly says that nothing is impossible. But now I'm removing a wax in your ear. Let's say that nothing is possible because it's the easiest thing that anyone can do. Having said this, I don't want to get you messed up in my networks of roads, in my line of thought, in my city, town of my candid talk. I want only to remind you that it's a very good Easter, Good Friday, where certain religion groups celebrate the today I think the Lord, no, not the Lord, but the Savior, the prophet, the Almighty Prophet Jesus is facing is in justice corridors facing judgment in front of Pilato and Herod. I think he first went to Herod, then Herod transferred him to Pilate. So it's a very a very it's a very sad anniversary in our religion. But people, as time goes, sadness disappears. Then people only measure on the side of celebration. But that is also is up to them, because everyone at the end of the day has got his or her choices in life, which may make him or her happy or happier. So it is said in the history that Jesus died on Friday, then was laid to rest in a tomb which was heavily guarded with an armed to the teeth soldiers. The tomb was finally stoned at the door, at the entrance, so that no one could get out or get in, at the cost of the armed to the teeth soldiers. It is also written in the history that after 3 days, that is now on a Monday, very early in the morning, he resurrected and went back where he came from. So that is history. So it's a very rich history that it has been practiced all along, even before we were born. I was just born in the very, very near century here. I think I was born in 20th century, 21st century, I think. So this has been the history, which was created BC. No, in Anno Domini. BC is before Christ. So that's what we are going through. So in a candid talk, I want to talk about something which you and me may have experienced, but lack of words may give us or limit us to exactly understand what we are going through. Because you see, even on the earth, we think and we reason through languages. So if language may be a barrier, you may find it difficult to narrate, to navigate, to make the right decision when you are limited on the language, or when your thoughts have been interfered with, that you can't think freely. So I'm going to talk about survival of the fittest, or survival for the fittest. Survival for the fittest is a very simple expression, or we can call it in a grammar is a phrase. It's a phrase, survival for the fittest. It's a phrase. Those are types of phrases, because it has got no subject and it has got no verb. So that is called a phrase. So we, in this world, man eat man society, we are only happy when we are on the winning end. We are very happy when we are making it work in our lives. We are very happy when we are flourishing. We are very happy when we are the talk of the town. At the same time, we are very sad and discouraged and disappointed when we are the last subject to be talked about in a serious conversations. On the same note, on the same point, before I go far, we are also the most happier and optimistic when we are the first item to be touched or subject to be touched on a serious conversation. We know that now we are making it. But we remain sadder when we are the last in everything in life. Our health is deteriorating. When we try our things and they don't work out like businesses. When our family breaks, we cry fall. When our businesses doesn't pick the way we were expecting. When we are defeated, fairly or unfairly, we have to be sad because we are human beings, we are living things, we have emotions and psychology, which loves the winning side. So that's why the phrase survival for the fittest came to pass, and it is a reality. Once you will only survive when you are fit. The struggle for the weakest. The weak will struggle. If you don't have power in your hand, you will have to struggle to earn even a penny. Because no one will be ready to listen to you, including your closest family bloods. Second, you will always live in fear because you know you are inferior. Once you are inferior, you must live in fear. So you're gonna not try because you know you are worthless. Third, you want to live or you want to struggle for the weakest because anytime you appear with good suggestion, people would want to know what is your achievement in your current or some few past life. Few years ago, what have you done that people have realized? The list is so long. Why they struggle for the weakest. Even if you feel the urge to do something, you may not be in a position to finance it, and no one will trust you with their finances because you are weak and you are a failure. So you belong to the struggle for the weakest. So that's why someone may support when his or her relative, child, daughter, father, mother, grandparent, the son, daughter to the prayer member, doing a vice, like someone embezzles some fund somewhere, or just do robbery with violence. But since it is your blood son or a relative or you are related in one way or the other, even in business arena, you feel touched when something wrong will be done to such an individual. However, you know very well that they have done the vice. So that's how, and that's why vice will never end, because of the struggle for the fittest. So if it will be someone, a stranger, who has stolen something somewhere, is being leached to be burnt in a car tire, then you will be the first one to get on top to catch him or her, because you don't feel the pain, because you don't belong to her surrounding or her family, or you are not in the ring of relation with such suspect. So no pain, because no relation, no pain. That's why you may have a lot of brains, being that you can't have finances, you may not attend the best school. This in high percentage may lead to your educational average or poor performance, because you lacked money. Survival for the fittest is what leads to countries' quagmire and wars all over. Like Russia want to show Ukraine that they are fittest. So they have to struggle to show Ukraine that they are weaker. So Ukraine has to struggle for the weakest, as Russia is a survivor for the fittest. So as Ukraine struggles, Russia survives. Survival for the fittest is what may lead to an election fraud, election mayhem. People don't get satisfied immediately after election whether they are fairly or unfairly beaten in an election. But it is so sad when it is unfairly win to an individual, because all of them must have used resources. So everyone may like fair game. But for the purpose of survival for the fittest, some or all of them may go extra mile to look for second option of winning, which one of them may end up being smarter than the other. And so, survival for the fittest plays the role here. Now, the winner has it. No one wants to know whether they won fairly or in an uncouth manner. Struggle for the fittest shows that every man would like to marry a young woman. Get me very well. Struggle for the fittest. No, survival for the fittest shows that every man may love to marry a young woman at a younger age, maybe like 22, at 20, at 23. But the same struggle, but the same survival for the fittest, a woman or a man may like his daughter to get married when she is mature. See how fun it is, how fun it works. A man loves to marry a younger woman, but he loves that his daughter get married when she is mature, about 25 to 30 years. A man, on the same note, a man loves a submissive wife, but he may love a bold daughter who stands on her principles for the betterment of her life and her future. On the same note, a mother may also love a daughter-in-law who is submissive to her, but may love her own daughter not to be submissive to the mother-in-law on the other side. So it is funny, survival for the fittest as the struggle for the weakest is playing the role in our society. So there are so many scenarios where survival for the fittest plays role in our society. People only like to belong to the winning side. Even after election is done, parties are there, they have finished election, then you may see kind of migration from left, right. The people only want to be on the side of the government of the day. So they keep running away because they want to belong to the fittest side. Everyone likes consideration. That's why a person may break a law, but being that he or she is fit in the society, is known, she's well known, nothing she will face, because even in the law society or in the law corridors, she is well known or he is well known that nowhere you can take him or her. But if you are a nobody, you are a struggle for the weakest. Just try and just go where the handkerchief was hanged. Then try snatching it. Then you will know that the law exists. The struggle, the survival for the fittest is silently killing our society. But we must stand out and say no. That is where fairness is a better game. The survival for the fittest has shown our young ladies that there is internet, which is a very good platform where people may do businesses, people may obtain acquaintances and a wide region of being known. So our ladies come to the internet not packaged in the right way, so that they can struggle to be fit in the society. Because being fit, first item of being fit is the geographical area. How are you known in a geographical area? For example, in the world, in the continent, which level are you? Which level are you playing? So it has interfered with our younger ladies to the extent that they now appear in the internet nude, and they see this as just a normal practice, that if you talk about it, they either abuse you or they block you. There is a character going through TikTok now that some ladies, they say they twerk, they say they live chat, but whatever their exposure or their body language speaks different from what they say. But you can't talk because that is their life. Because sometimes they have sat down, they have drawn their maps, but their maps doesn't come up with a good shape of what they are capable of or what they think can make them happy. So they are desperate. So for the struggle For the survival for the fittest, they go to the internet, half naked or naked, so that they may attract attention, so that they may be known in a wide range of area, so that they can survive because now they are fit. So sad. Survival for the fittest. So as you walk, as you work, as you sit, know that our universe is run by survival for the fittest. That's why we ended up losing some species of animals, because they could survive due to changing climates, due to their predators that were stronger or were growing in numbers. As them, they were weak, they were being tampered with each and every Tom, Dick and Harry. So like dinosaur, no longer there. Fire dragon, no longer there. There's some white rhino, so little remaining. Survival for the fittest. If you're not even very keen, that's how you see some clans are growing bigger and bigger, and some clans are going down, 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 because of survival for the fittest. How I wish that if some people have been fit, they could have an upper hand of lifting people who are still remaining down. But it is not their priority, because they want to remain and being the king and rule the land without the others. That's why if other people sink down, other people pretend that they are so sympathetic or empathizing with them, but truly in our animal nature they are lying. So survival for the fittest has done a lot in the universe, and I'm requesting survival for the fittest not to finish me, because survival for the fittest has done a lot in my life, which I may mention in the near future, because for now I'm kind to be sure that it is really survival for the fittest has done its best punchline in my life. So do your best as you struggle out there. Even if things are not working out, please always seek the correct advice, seek the correct attention and intentions in your life. Because at the end of the day, you may struggle for the good or best life, but if it were not meant for you, you may be doomed, or you may end up in a very big abyss than the one you are in now, because the song said, out of the frying pan into the fire. You struggle to get out of the frying pan, then you go into the fire. Let's have hope, and let's be optimistic. But the earlier you realize that life is unfair and hard, then the better. The life continues to be hard and harder. Each and every day, the next day it will be harder. The previous budget of a nation, of a continent, of the world doesn't match the future budget for a country, a nation, a continent, or the world. The world continues to grow. The world continues to be hard, because for the survival for the fittest, the world is only interested that the fittest will remain. As those who are giving up on the journey, death welcomes them smiling. But it is not your choice to be defeated. It is the nature. The nature was provided by supernormal human being, which I don't know in your tribe or in your culture or in your environment whom do you consider your supernatural human being? So it's a wide topic. You can't control your destiny. You can't fully approach your survival for the fittest unless you have hope and you have faith higher than you. That's what I had for today, that survival for the fittest and struggle for the weakest runs the world. Don't let yourself to be a victim. Once you realize that you are a victim for the struggle for the weakest, please try a way and turn around and look on how you can embark on your journey for the survival for the fittest. I know it is very hard to jump your circle, to turn around needs a lot of magnitude, because as people move struggle for the weakest, they also move with a great magnitude down the hill. As others survive for the fittest climb very hard up the hill. So it may be very difficult to gain a momentum to turn around. But always have hope, have focus, have insight that everything is possible, even on your last breath, even when things haven't worked for the last decade. Always when you wake up saying you are different of yesterday, you are different of the last 1 hour. Then things must happen to the subject. Who is you? Thank you very much. Thank you a lot. Subscribe, comment, like and share. As you also make sure that your channel grows every day, because even in YouTube, in Facebook, in TikTok, in Twitter, in Instagram, we also have struggle for the weakest, survival for the fittest. People with lesser content, people with genuine content which doesn't entertain well, may experience fewer or no views and less hourly views, as people who work hard and get content even outside the box get more and more views and more hourly and get well paid. So be such a person, go-getter. Thank you. Thank you very much and welcome again. May you continue supporting me. I can't get enough words to describe or thank you or describe you. Thank you and welcome again. Bye bye. Bye.